At one point in time, smoking cigarettes was the norm. No one knew how detrimental they were to one's health. Today, we know the risks and dangers of cigarettes, and companies are trying to get through to young people. The Real Cost is a campaign targeting teenagers and young adults to scare them out of smoking. The author of this campaign is a service mark of the United States Department of Human Health and Services. Most of the commercials are aired on MTV, a very popular television channel for this age group. There are a number of commercials showing average teenagers dealing with the risks and negative effects that come along with smoking cigarettes. Some of the commercials include a girl paying for a pack of cigarettes, and the cashier tells her she owes more than she gave, and the girl peels her skin off. Another is the same situation with a boy, but he pulls out one of his teeth instead. These kinds of situations can really affect a young teenager because they aren't thinking about the long-term effects of cigarettes, but when they see a 16-year-old ripping his tooth out, it might hit home. In addition to this, according to an article written by Helene Joffe, visuals are thought to send people along emotive pathways where textual and verbal material leaves them in a more rational, logical, and linear pathway of thought. These commercials and ads evoke more emotions than a written article about the dangers of smoking would. This would be considered a piece of propaganda because it is trying to get a point across by using a number of different propaganda techniques. The tactics they use make the audience believe everything they are seeing and hearing is true. This campaign uses plain folk propaganda. The people they use in their commercials are teenagers who look and act just like the target audience. A lot of the commercials take place in school or just hanging out with friends. According to Jowett and O'Donnell, an ideology is a form of consent to a particular kind of social order and conformity to these rules within a specific set of social, economic, and political structures. This campaign makes the audience feel like if they do use tobacco, they aren't in the norm and it is not accepted within their community. This tactic is useful for the purpose of the campaign, which is to get teenagers to stop smoking. They know the big tobacco companies are not going to stop producing the products, so they have to target the consumer. The best technique these commercials use is to activate emotions by scaring the target audience. No young teenager wants to see that what they may be doing can ruin their teeth, skin, or even life. All of the ads contain a scary but true fact about tobacco, with the face of a young teenager right next to it. There are also a series of commercials where the tobacco is represented as a bully, who pops out of nowhere when the kid is busy and makes them go outside to smoke. I think they use this type of technique because no teenager wants to be bullied, nevertheless by something they can control. The message is shown today on cable television all throughout America. Although the use of tobacco in teens has gone down, it is still apparent, which is why the commercials are necessary. Depending on where one lives, cigarettes can be very popular and thought of as the norm. The commercials are shown in these areas as well as places where it may not be as common for a teenager to be smoking. There can be a number of different reactions to this message. Some people probably watch it and think that what they are showing is the worst case scenario and it could never happen to them. Then on the other hand, people watch it and think that that could very well be me if I don't stop what I'm doing. I think both the short-term and long-term effects of these commercials are positive. Short-term, maybe it will get kids to stop smoking. And for long-term, people could talk about these commercials for years to come, and even if they aren't shown on TV anymore, the message can still be shared through word of mouth.